Costco is on a warpath in Australia, and nobody seems ready for it. While Coles and Woolies are still playing their usual supermarket chess, Costco's rolling in with bulk size everything and flipping the grocery game on its head. We're talking trolleys the size of small cars, 5-kilo jars of peanut butter, TVs next to frozen prawns, and that legendary $1.99 hot dog and drink combo. Now, to understand why Costco is becoming such a problem for the big players, we need to look at the grocery scene they're walking into. In Australia, the supermarket space has been stitched up for decades. Coles and Woolworths dominate. Together, they control over 65% of the market. Throw in Aldi, and those three account for more than 85% of all grocery spending. But Costco doesn't play by those rules. In fact, it's not even playing the same game. When the first Australian Costco opened in Melbourne back in 2009, most people saw it as a curiosity. A massive warehouse where you had to pay just to get in, shelves stacked like a supply depot, and checkout lanes the length of runways. It felt like an American import that wouldn't quite stick. Fast forward to today, and the story's changed a lot. Costco now has 15 warehouses across the country, with more on the way, and they've quietly figured out something big. Australians are more open to the Costco model. It starts with the membership. For around $65 a year, you get access to Costco's stores. That might sound like a barrier, but it actually changes the way people shop. When you pay to enter, you're committed. You've already spent money, so now you want to get value. It turns shopping into a mission, and Costco doesn't even make most of its money from what you buy, it makes it from the membership fees. Globally, around 70% of Costco's profits come from those annual signups. That's why they can afford to sell products with razor-thin margins, often cheaper than Aldi or Coles, and still turn a solid profit. Once you're inside, things feel different. A regular supermarket might carry 20,000 products. Costco stocks maybe 3,500, but every item is chosen to sell in volume. You won't find 10 brands of olive oil. You'll find 1 or 2 in bottles the size of your forearm. That limited range means faster turnover, better deals with suppliers, and less decision fatigue for the shopper. But Costco's real genius is turning shopping into an experience. You don't stop by for a liter of milk and a loaf of bread. You go with a list and then throw it out the window when you see a 6-pack of paddleboards next to the frozen dumplings. And for many Aussies, it's starting to feel like the smart way to shop. A big part of that is Costco's private label, Kirkland Signature. This brand has a cult following in the US, and it's building one here too. But unlike traditional home brand products, Kirkland is known for being legit. Their batteries are made by Duracell. Their coffee is roasted by Starbucks. Even their wines come from top-tier producers. They just don't put their name on the label. And most of the time, it's better quality than what you'd get on a Coles shelf for less money. Right now, the stars have kind of aligned for this model. First, Costco needs space. Big space. And for years, that made it tricky to expand. But as cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane sprawl further out, Costco's found its sweet spot, growing outer suburbs with young families, car-dependent households, and enough land to build the kind of warehouses they're known for. Second, with interest rates up, inflation rising, and food prices hitting painful highs, people are desperate for value. And not just value on paper, real savings. While Coles and Woolies are getting slammed in the press for price hikes and shrinkflation, Costco comes in like the hero with bulk savings, transparent pricing, and that same hot dog and drink combo that's been $1.99 since forever. Third, bulk buying used to seem a bit over the top, a bit American. But COVID changed everything. People started stocking up more. They cooked at home. They bought bigger packs to avoid more trips, and a lot of those habits stuck. These days, buying a 10-kilo bag of rice doesn't feel excessive. It feels efficient. What used to feel like overkill now feels like common sense. And it's not just families doing the bulk hauls. Small business owners, cafes, restaurants, caterers, they're using Costco as an unofficial supply chain. It's one of the few places where you can stock up in commercial quantities without going through a wholesaler. No ABN needed. So how does Costco stack up against the supermarket giants? Well, Coles and Woolies still win on convenience. They're everywhere. Local, familiar, open early and late. You can duck in for milk or bread on the way home. and that's their strength. Meanwhile, Aldi's is still the king of simplicity and no frills value. The store layout is fast, the product range is tight, and prices are usually rock bottom, if you're happy with what's on offer. But Costco plays a completely different game. It's designed for the big shop, the kind of haul you plan. It's a once a fortnight or once a month mission where you stock up, load the car, and feel like you've done something smart for your future self. And here's what's surprising. That model isn't niche, it's growing. In fact, Costco's Australian warehouses are some of the busiest in the world by sales per square meter. So while Coles and Woolies battle each other for daily foot traffic, Costco's doing fewer transactions, but way bigger ones. Their average spend per visit is much higher, and they're building a fiercely loyal customer base, and Costco's not slowing down. They're already scouting new locations, areas with growing populations and less retail saturation. And don't sleep on their fuel game either. Costco's petrol stations consistently undercut the competition, sometimes by 20 to 30 cents per litre. For a lot of Aussie families, that's reason enough to get a membership. Cheap fuel alone can justify the annual fee, and once you're already there, well, you're probably not leaving with just a tank of petrol. Looking ahead, there's even talk of Costco business centres coming to Australia, slimmed down warehouse formats designed specifically for small businesses. No paddleboards, no TV deals, just industrial quantities of the things businesses actually need, like kitchen supplies, bulk ingredients, packaging, and cleaning products. If that model launches here, it opens up a whole new lane that Coles and Woolies haven't even touched. So, will Costco take over the whole grocery market? Probably not. They're not trying to be your quick stop corner store. What they are doing is carving out a loyal, high-volume customer base that values price, scale, and a different kind of shopping experience. And once people buy in, they rarely go back, because Costco sells more than groceries. They sell a mindset, a feeling of being smart, and in control of your household spend. Because at its core, Costco is about giving shoppers a sense of control, a feeling that they've outsmarted the system, that they've stocked up, saved money, and won the day. And let's be real, in this economy, that kind of confidence is rare. But we want to know what you think. Do you do your regular grocery haul at Costco? Or is the membership fee still holding you back? Is it worth the drive and the bulk sizes? Or do Coles, Woolies, and Aldi still win for you when it comes to everyday convenience? And hey, if you found this story interesting, insightful, or just enjoyed the ride, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the bell so you never miss one of our deep dives into the business moves shaping the world around you. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay curious.